gente? It's your girl, Nina Montañez.
Hey, yo, what it do? It's your boy, Rue, and I'm coming for you. And this is...
SofritoSpeaks.
Hey, welcome back. What's
really good, mi gente? How y'all living?
Buenos dias, damas y caballeros. Welcome back to Season 5, Episode número 2.
It is episode 2. It is episode 2. Yeah.
Yes, we
had
here.
to skip last week or whatever because the bitch decided to go on vacation and didn't tell nobody.
It was a holiday, you know. Play with my pussy day.
Why though?
Other than that, it is cold AF. Right now, we thugged it out here to do this episode for y'all. We're also on YouTube. I want to remind everybody we are also on YouTube. We are visual this season. So make sure you guys check that out.
Because y'all stayed asking for a visual. We finally hooked y'all up with a visual. So I'm going to need that view count to go up. Thanks.
Alrighty, let's head over to our first section, which is El Chisme, the part of the show where we let you know what had us fucked up, jodido, and everything in between.
Don't even start. You're going. Because this man dead texted me this week and he was like, bitch, I finally have chisme for this week.
What I am going to say is that I'm not going to come with the energy that I came with through that text. Because I had time to think about it. And, you know, the universe is working on me. So a lot of things have processed. But I basically just want to say that...
I'm about to just read the text messages.
No.
Because there was mad energy.
No. I want to basically talk about like dealing with narcissists and how if you are somebody who is narcissistic, please keep your fucking energy the fuck away from me, period.
Please, thank you.
If you are someone who cannot be held accountable for your shit, please stay in your fucking lane. Don't come over here. There's no parking. There's no parking. No parking, no stalling. I'm good. I will say that in the past few years, like probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I was super narcissistic and I had to like work on that myself.
There is a difference between narcissism and being like a narcissist.
And that's the gag. Because
like to do what we do, you have to have a certain level of narcissism.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're like on social media, if you have a presence.
But I was just the type
there's like a certain level of like fuck with me.
Yeah.
Narcissism.
I mean, that's just kind of the name of the game, but I'm talking about those that in their personal life, literally it's all about them. And that's where my mind used to be. Like, it was just like, yo, it's my way, no way. I'm not playing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not having it. I'm not, you know, like not understanding that life happens. Also, when you shut people down because they're trying to hold you accountable to your shit, that is a very toxic narcissistic trait that this person carried with me. And there was just basically a conversation over something that they wanted to do, like OnlyFans. And I'm all here for OnlyFans. You know, I joke all the time that I'm going to do it one day. Will I do it? I don't know, you know. But I am going to say that when you do something like OnlyFans, I think that it's important to be in a good headspace and to understand the difference between a sex addiction and sex working. And those are two very different things. People are getting on OnlyFans and they're doing it as a job, and that's great. That's cool. But if you're not dealing with that mental health, if you're not working on those, you know, thoughts where you're like really like dealing with a sex addiction, this can turn into something deeper. And as somebody who, if somebody's speaking to you and letting you know like, yo, this is, you know, this is not cool. I don't think this is the right step. You know, judging on your history, judging on the way that you've expressed to me that you feel towards sex and how people look at you and how people view you, to then come at that person and be like, well, you're judging me on my past. Da, da, da. Like, babes, we're talking about 3 weeks ago.
It's still in the past.
we're not talking about 10 years ago. We're talking about this is a fresh feeling for you. Like, you literally were just telling me about this. So now you're coming out and telling me that, you know, because you did a little bit of work, you're better now. And I don't doubt you. You probably are better now. And if you're watching, I hope you can see it on my face. Like, I do probably think you're better now. But I just think when you leave the pool and the water's just no longer serving you, why go back and think that the water is going to be different? It's not. Like, leave. leave, move on, find other things to do, especially somebody this is a person who is like so talented, like everything that this person wants, this person gets, because they're a hustler, they got that mentality, but it's just like, yo, there's more to life. And I get it, because
there's gotta be more to life.
That instant gratification comes in of like, you know, I'm gonna blow up, I'm gonna this, and that's great. You're gonna get checks, and I'm all here for it. Shit, send me $100. Like, I would love that.
Run me the cash.
But like, at what cost? Like,
But I want to kind of like shift over towards talking more about how they tried to come for you, and like how, because this is a totally different Ruben. Like, I'm telling y'all, mi gente, like this, like I don't even. This man sitting in front of me right now, I don't even know who this man is, because
honey,
season
I read my books.
Season
I read my books.
Ruben was coming for your life.
Yeah.
Season 5, Ruben's like, babes, I don't have the time.
Yeah, no, and that really was the energy that I was on, where it was like, I'm gonna say my piece, I'm gonna leave it on the table, and you decide what you want to do with it. And the reaction that I got was, well, you're blocked, you're no longer welcome in my life, you're the demon, you're this, you're that, you're evil. And I was like, all right, word.
But so, I feel like, so understand this, when you have reached that certain level of growth, you need to be prepared for the fact that not everybody is, like I keep saying, is going to come along for that journey.
Exactly.
You don't want to be dragged back into old ways because someone hasn't leveled up and can't meet you where you are. So, I mean, if he blocked you, that's a blessing, baby.
No, and there was no, like, there really was no hard feelings on my end. I was literally just like, well, this was literally my response. You're clearly going through something that there's nothing I can do about it. Like, right. I'm going to let this person play this role out. It is what it is. But I do want I want everyone to know that when you block someone and, you know, right now you're like, you know, I'm not fucking with this person, I'm not talking to this person, don't always expect that person to be available when you decide to come back to them. Because that doesn't happen. That part. And that's the decision that I'm allowed to make.
That part.
Like, if you're blocking me, I'm cool with it. You want to block me, like, no feelings hurt, no love lost. It is what it is. I still got love. I still send you energy. I still wish you well. But when your mind is cleared and you literally tell yourself, yo, I was overreacting. Nah, let me hit my bro up. And you hit your bro up and your bro's like, who are you? Why are you messaging me again?
Because that's the level of petty Ruben's on.
No, and listen. Who
is this? I'm sorry, no number, who it is?
I'm like, I thought your number was, like, I thought I was blocked. I'm confused.
Well, okay, so I feel like for me, if ever I've been blocked, I don't think I've ever been blocked, and if I have, it's not to my knowledge, so there's a blessing in that. I feel like if you come back and you're like, yo, I just needed a minute, like, would you allow them back if they gave you an explanation?
No.
You just deaded it?
I feel like let me bring that no back. With this certain person,
okay,
there has been numerous incidents, and I've allowed you back numerous times. I think that right now I'm at an age where I need to move on with my life, and I can't be chasing anyone, and I can't go back to what you were feeling last season, keep pouring into people's cups that are not pouring into me. And to sit there and to say, you know, that I'm to paint me in a way that I know that I wasn't coming across, I was just like, I didn't say nothing, but that doesn't mean that I didn't have a feeling. That just meant that in that moment, I told myself, silence is your best option. Silence is your answer right now. Because should you reply,
baby,
like, let's just not go there.
It's not it.
But it's what it is. I really want to deal. I really just want to put it out there. Like, narcissism, like narcissistic people, there's no space in my life for you. If that is how you operate, if that's how you're thinking, like, just keep it pushing. Because although I did read the four agreements, and I'm trying to really work on not taking anything personal, at some point there has to be accountability. And at some point you need to understand that the actions that you're causing does cause pain to other people. The words that you're using can hurt someone even though they don't say it. And the action of blocking someone and removing them from your life, but then jumping back in 3 months later and being like, hey babes, it's not always going to be an open door of like, oh my God, how are you? You know, it's not always going to be that. And it shouldn't always be that, because if you're an adult who's grown, and you worked on yourself, like so many people love to preach, you know how to communicate. And whether you like the communication or not, whether you like the words that are being said to you or not, you still push through and communicate. Because when you don't like something, the only way to fix it is to acknowledge it, not to run away from it. And on that point...
Oh, because Ruben switched places with me today.
Y yo soy Rubén. Me llama 1-800. Other than that,
Ruben came with a word. Okay.
Other than that,
we on today.
Before I pass it to you, I also, if you hear me raspy, y'all already know I stay sick. I stay with no voice because I'm out in these streets yelling every single night. I had no voice. I was with the flu from like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm COVID negative, but I was so scared that I thought I had the Omarion virus. I was literally like, oh, fuck. Fuck. I caught COVID. But I didn't. Luckily, I'm good. And I'm feeling a little bit better. But my voice is still giving me that T-Boz. And I'm mad. You know, I'm here for it.
I like when my voice gets raspy.
The 22nd of lonely. Let's move it on, sis. Let us know how your trip was. And what is all that tea about?
So... I wanted to tread lightly because, like...
Oh, here we go.
I don't know who listens. You know what I mean? But it's just like... And it's going to lead into our topic, which is Platonic Friendships. That's going to be on Caldero Talk. You already know the drill. However, it just wasn't... So I went on this trip with my two boys and their girlfriends. I'll be okay if I never do that again. I'll be fine. My boys.
Not every friend you can travel with.
The thing is that I didn't know this. This is the first time I've been on a trip with these motherfuckers. So driving, we drove there.
Oh,
gente. So it was
that.
but it was just me and the boys.
Oh,
I was in the back. They switched. They drove. Cool. I was asleep. Minding my own business. I fell asleep in Massachusetts. I woke up in Ohio, went back to sleep, woke up in Michigan.
The nerve.
I was out like a light.
The nerve. It's the trafficking for me. Nope. Boom.
So whatever. We get there, cool. Everybody, the girls already got there before us because they had flown out because ain't no way.
Nah, they flew out. They flew out.
They flew out? They flew out.
There
was no way that we was all going to fit in that car. And there was no way I was going to agree to this trip if we was all going to be in this car. We would have had to have rented a van. Because you would think Jeeps are like spacious.
They're not.
They're not. They're not spacious.
A Jeep?
A Jeep.
Not a Jeep.
A Jeep.
A Jeep for $5?
Bruh. I was upset.
It's the rent-a-car for me.
We would have been better off renting a car. But anyways, so we get there, whatever. It was calm, cool, copacetic. I'm in a new environment. I have never traveled with my boys before. I've actually never really spent that much time with their girlfriends before. So I'm treading lightly because I understand that I'm not for everybody. And a lot of things that I say can come off really aggressive. So I'm just like, let me not because without throwing my boys under the bus, their girls are getting very much sensitive. So I know to just kind of like, let me just, calmate. And even sometimes I'm not even being aggressive. It's just my sense of humor is I have a dark sense of humor and my boys get it and we all get along because we have similar sense of humor. Their girlfriends, not so much. So whatever. So I didn't really actually get to spend much time with my boys because everything was in a group setting and they're booed up and I was like the fifth wheel, which is fucking fine. I was like the little sister that like our parents were like, you have to take her. Those are the vibes it was giving. These motherfuckers don't eat breakfast. They looked at me like I was crazy because I woke up in the morning to eat breakfast. First of all, I was up at like 8 a.m., 9 o'clock every day, right? They didn't get up until like noon. I was like, child. I can't sleep in like that.
I wish I possessed that power.
I can't. Like, I feel like I wasted my whole day. And two, I'm like, I'm not tired anymore, so I can't just lay here. Like, I want to, even if I'm just sitting up and like just bullshitting, like I'm not. And then not only that, I didn't have my own room. So it was like his mom's room, or we were staying at my boy's like childhood home. his mom. So we were, mom had a room, and then there was 2 bedrooms, and obviously the couples were in there, and I was in a fucking sala ante sala, on a futon, which is fine. However, I didn't have privacy. So like it was an open concept, like where it was like a sunroom that they had just redid. So I was sleeping out there, but anytime anybody walked through the kitchen, you can look right at me. So I didn't have privacy, like I said. So I had to time. There was 6 motherfuckers in the house.
You was tight.
I had to time when I went to the bathroom. Ooh, so baby. Like I can, because I'm being considerate of the fact that there are 5 other bladders that need to use the bathroom and that need to shower and get ready. However, again, after a shower, I had to make sure I had all of my fucking clothes de todo with me, because I can't change. I could change out in the open because I really don't give a fuck. But I'm in, I'm not at home. I'm in someone else's house. So I can't do that. So I had to bring all my shit with me to the bathroom. And it's like just like annoying because I was super considerate of everybody else. And it didn't feel like anybody was considerate of me. Because not only that, there were multiple fucking times throughout the trip where I was told plans 45 minutes before they were about to take place. And I'm like, pero ven acá, how the fuck do I not know these plans? And I'm in the same fucking house as all of y'all. So y'all are in a group chat but me? Like, there was one day that they were all getting ready. Like, the only fucking reason I knew that we were going anywhere was because my boy's boy had spent the night because he lives further. And he had come to visit, and he was like, oh, I'm not going to drive out. I'll leave in the morning. Bet. He got up, and I had gotten up in the morning or whatever, and I was like, oh, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, I'll see you in an hour. I was like, see me in an hour? For what? And he's like, oh, you guys are coming here to watch the game. I was like, what game? And he was like, oh, Michigan versus Ohio. I'm like, who the fuck are either of these teams, and why the fuck am I just not finding out that we're going somewhere? So I was like, bet, since everybody's still sleeping, let me just start getting ready. So I jump into the shower really quick, whatever, did my routine, get back to my living room. And I'm getting dressed or whatever. They all get fucking ready in like lightning speed. All fucking week, they took forever to get ready. The one time that I'm like, oh, I have time because they take forever to get ready. No, that's why I fucked up. I should not have assumed. They almost, bro, they left without me.
I'm done.
They all get in the car. My boy's mom comes into the living room and was like, Nina, are you going with them? And I'm like dead ass grabbing my jacket and my phone, making sure I had everything. And I was like, I mean, I thought I was. She's like, oh my God, let me go stop them. And I was like, ma'am, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Right. I don't need to go. I promise I don't. I can stay right here in this house where you went uncle, and we could kick it. It's fine. And then I see my boy heading back into the house, and he goes, bro, did we ever tell you what we were doing today? And I said, no, motherfucker. So he's like, oh shit, yeah, I got in the car and I realized, wait, where's Nina? I don't think Nina knows that we're going out. And I'm like, no, luckily so-and-so had let me know before he left. So I got myself ready. But it's crazy how y'all magically got ready within 30 minutes today, when every other fucking day of the week, it took y'all an hour and a half to get ready. This is some bullshit. So we sit in the car. I'm heated. Y'all, I'm vexed. I'm like, how the fuck? I'm not even from here. I ain't never been here. How the fuck did y'all forget that I was here?
It's giving very much Home Alone. It's giving very much Home Alone.
That was the plot twist. Home Alone in Michigan, bruh. Fuck, I gotta do in Michigan. So I get in the car, whatever. My homeboy's girlfriend, we're not really exchanging words by the point in this trip, just because, I don't know, she might have gotten mad at something that I had said, but she tried to come for me, and I was like, baby, the one thing you can do is come for me, because I'm so quiet and observant that I've already come up with a bunch of fucking things I can say to you if you cross the line. And what did you do? Cross the line. So I had something to say. And the thing is that I say it in a way that makes everybody else laugh, so now it seems like we're all laughing at you, and that's what happened. So I'm like, I'm not gonna apologize for shit. Shorty that tried to come for my neck, and it didn't work. So bet. So she said some slick shit about my Spanish, and I then had to let her know, that's fine. You're not who I talk to anyways. So what are we talking about? The whole situation was dumb as fuck. But the boys busted out laughing. That was the last thing that I needed because I signed my death certificate right there. I'm like, oh, she ain't fucking with me anymore. So when I did wake up that morning, let me rewind it real quick. I had just bought like this like little cute jacket or whatever, and I still had the tag on it. I knew the tag was still on it, but like I was like too busy trying to grab shit, get myself situated, whatever. She wakes up, walks out her room, and she was like, your tag's still on, and walks into the bathroom. And I was like, this is why I want to fight you, because why?
Mind your fucking neck.
Why was that the first thing that you said to me instead of, hey, good morning? Because every morning I'll be like, hey, good morning, everybody. Like I speak when spoken to, and I just speak because I have fucking manners. And the first thing you want to say is, your tag's still on. And then she walks, and I was just like, and that attitude right there is what fucking pisses me off. I don't get, like, it got to a point where like, by the time we drove home, mi gente, I no longer paid attention to her. She would talk to me, and I did have my headphones in, and I was like, who do you know here? I don't want to talk to you. So we get in the fucking car. We go to this little coffee shop. I had gotten some type of latte the day before. Apparently, she decides to get the same thing that I got the day before she got it that day. She gets in the car. She fucking complained about the drink the whole fucking drive, mi gente. Nadie te mandó, nena. Nobody told you to get the drink. Oh, I thought this was a lot better than it actually was. And I was like, did I say that I loved the drink yesterday? Did I say I couldn't live without this drink yesterday? Mamita.
Did I get the platinum membership just to get this drink every day? Then I didn't like it. Send it back.
Return to sender, bitch. Like, she was like, oh, it's to this. Oh, it's to that. I'm like, mama, pero tú me dijiste que tú tenías heartburn. Why are you drinking that?
No.
Because now I gotta hear about your heartburn. And I don't care. So I
pop a little fish oil pill while she's fencing. Like, yeah.
Yo, this is the rudest shit I've ever done. I put my fucking headphones in the back seat.
You what?
You know how fucking rude that shit is? I put headphones on while I was sitting in the back seat with her. So I didn't have to talk to her.
Ay.
Because I was like...
That's why I love AirPods.
No, I threw them bitches...
Convenient.
Swoop, right in. And y'all know I'm big on body language. Turn my whole body over. Mm-hmm. Looking out the window like a whole R&B video.
Do a little fart just to seal the deal.
Bro, and she would, like, every fucking sip that she took, it was a complaint. And I'm like, yo... Pa'l carajo, throw it out the window, sis. Que me importa a me that you don't like the drink, sis. It was overpriced as fuck,
I hate when
too.
people do that. Well, she didn't ask for your suggestion, but when
she didn't ask for my suggestion. I didn't brag and rave about this drink. She complained the whole fucking drive, and I'm just like, I don't even think you realize that you complain to the magnitude at which you complain at. Because I feel like if you knew and realized, you would shut the fuck up. And I was moments from being like, can you shut the fuck up? And I was just like, yo, let me not. Because I don't want, my thing is like, I don't know what, like, I don't know where my boy is at. If he were to hear me say some shit like that to his girl, because I ain't trying to argue with my boy. So I'm like, let me be respectful to his girl. But like, at the same time, if he would have given me the green light, like, yo, sis, say it, I would have been like, shut the fuck up. But I'm like, nah, we're not gonna do that. Because me and my boys have never been like in like a feud. So I didn't want that to be... The respect was still there. So I was like, I wasn't trying to do that. The whole drive home, it was a fucking complaint. And I'm just like, yo, I don't... But the thing is that, like, she would do... Like, she was... Okay. So as we were driving, I took the first leg on our way home. Because I was like, I don't want to drive at night on roads that I don't know. So I'm going to take the afternoon... late evening shift in driving. So I think I drove for like 6 hours. And it was like for 12 miles you're going this far, for 69 miles you're going this far, and for 200 miles you're going this far. I didn't really need my GPS because my boy was sitting next to me in the front seat and he was telling me. So she's talking shit in the back like, you're not going to use your GPS? And I was like, for what? When he's sitting right here and he can tell me. She's like, oh no, I couldn't do that. And I said, you know what's crazy is that we're all going to get a chance to drive this car and we can all do what makes us comfortable. Okay? Punto. That might have been passive aggressive, but at this point, I don't give a fuck because I was like,
sounding like Mother Goose.
You literally just like she talks just to hear herself talk because there's like nothing like it. Oh my god,
baby.
I was when I tell y'all ataki, like I was over it, bro. I'm like like I had my music playing, minding my business, and it was constantly something being said, like chirping in the back, and I'm just like, I don't know how my boy does it. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how they've lasted so long. This shit is annoying as fuck. And I'm just like...
Do I know these people? I think I met them.
You met them.
Okay.
You definitely met them.
All right. I know exactly
what I'm talking about. Yeah. Exactly. You know what he's only met them once, mi gente. He's only met them one time.
When we met, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad interaction. But no. I know exactly who you're speaking of right now.
It's crazy. So that was honestly the bulk of like the trip that annoyed the fuck out of me. And then I talked about this on live yesterday. My boy's other girl had an attitude because of the fact that when we were at the Pistons game, he and I went at halftime to get a drink. We got catching up because I don't talk to my boys or see them all the time.
In a secure relationship.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. That's why there was an issue. Okay. So I'm like, I'm not getting what the problem is. And I got pissed because I'm like, first of all, what the fuck? Like, this is my boy. Like, we just got caught up. And not only that, she had texted him because she wanted something sweet. So it took us longer to get back to our seats because we were looking something for her. And then for what? For her not to even want it. Anyways, my boss also had me fucked up. I'm leaving the gym because I don't want to do it anymore.
The gaggery.
LOL. So let's just say she left up certain files, and while I was on the computer, I peeped them. I was like, "Oh, word! I'm gonna be out because this is just dumb."
Like an email or a text?
Yeah, it was email.
Oh wow.
And I was like, she left it up. I'm like, rookie mistake, mamas. Never leave your email open when your employees are there. And why are you using these computers that we all use to be on your email? You have an office for that. But anyways, so I'm leaving the gym. I was going to give it 2 weeks, but that's too nice. It's going to be 1 week. This is going to be my last week at the gym. I was really contemplating just not showing up on my Sunday shift to open because she's on vacation. Figure it out while you're on vacation. I'll have you stressed while you're on vacation.
Don't piss your employees off, y'all.
You know what I'm saying, bro? And it's not the job, mi gente. It's not the job. It's the manager. She doesn't like that I'm not intimidated by her. Mamas, I did some quick math because she felt the need to let me know that she's been there for 10 years. I'm older than her. Okay, I'm 28. She's like 26, 27. I said, hold on. You've been here for 10 years. That means that you were like 16, 17, which is a safe assumption to think that this is your first job. Mamas, this is your first job. Talk to me when you diversify that resume because you don't know how to manage and you don't know how to lead. This is my part-time job. I do this for fun just because. This is my fun money. Don't even pay my bills. It's my fun money.
I'm weak.
I'm not taking it seriously. I'm really not. So I'm like, you know what? It's my time to go. I could feel myself starting to get comfortable in that job, and I was just like, it's time to go. We're gonna head out.
It's been a year and some change.
Yeah. You know, I gave it some time. You know, so I'm gonna bounce. This is my last week. I already let my other job know. My availability is open. Thank you. And they already gave me mad hours, so I'm hyped as shit. So that's that on that, mi gente.
Alrighty, y'all. Let's close this out and head over to our next section, which is
Aye Bendito.
Alrighty, y'all. So welcome back. This is Aye Bendito, the part of the show where we go through like big headlines, media headlines, local headlines, and kind of just dissect and give you guys our feedback on it.
Dissect and discuss.
I have a couple things. I want to start off with a COVID count. We haven't done a COVID count in a long time.
We really haven't.
So in the city of Lawrence, Massachusetts, there has been a total of, I had this pulled up and now it's just acting stupid. There's 434 new cases since November 30th.
Damn, 400?
434.
Since when?
November 30th.
That was 4 days ago.
Right.
That's crazy.
So COVID is very much still out here doing its goddamn thing. There's a total case count, and this is total altogether since COVID started, 123K in Lawrence.
Oh shit. Okay.
In Essex County with 2,601 deaths. So
there's Essex County or
Essex County, yeah.
Okay.
So there is also a new variant out, the Omicron or the Omarian virus. It's doing its thing out here. So y'all hide your wives, hide your kids, because there's poor people around. I want to talk about Miss Mariah Carey, who went diamonds. She went diamonds. Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" becomes the first ever diamond certified holiday single. I thought of you because it's "All I Want for Christmas." So that's great for her. Every time Christmas comes around, this is the only Christmas song that goes number one.
All the time.
And it's insane. I saw a clip where she was like on American Idol shading Nicki Minaj with it. And she was like, yeah, my holiday song goes number one. And Nicki Minaj was saying something. She's like, number one, yeah.
I don't understand that beef. Like, what?
It was stupid. Cardi also got 2 diamond, the first female rapper to have 2 diamond singles. Bodak Yellow and Girls Like You with Maroon 5.
Oh shit!
It went diamond last week as well.
I forgot about that song.
You have anything you want to bring up?
No, nothing. I haven't really been on social media like that to actually, go.
To kind of touch up on what we spoke about last time. Hulu pulled a new Astroworld documentary. So
oh shit! Yeah,
they dropped an Astroworld documentary. And then, like, the internet was, like, not having it.
Yeah, let it go.
And so they pulled it off the streaming platforms. So just so you guys know about that. Local news, Cafe Azteca in Lawrence is closed right now. I know a lot of people like to go eat there. They're closed. They're actually looking for, I think it's at a new location, I believe, something like that. So
they should get a better.
They are an iconic staple in Lawrence. I will give them that. You know, they are like, if somebody was visiting Lawrence, you would want to take them to Cafe Azteca. It's something that they, locals know about, I think.
I was going to say, I'm like, because if someone's visiting, I'm taking them to like Terra Luna, honestly. I'm not even going to hold you.
That's, you don't have
Yes, I don't have, I'm telling y'all, I have cut my screen time in like more than half. So I don't even really be on social media like that. Like if I post on my story, it's there and then I get off. Like I'm not even on it. Like the app no longer even sits on my home screen. That's what I've been doing. So I
think that's pretty much it though. We did have a very good long El Chisme. So a short Aye Bendito will do its justice. We're going to head over to the next part of our show. But before that, let's take a break. Caldero Talk.
We are at the part of the show which is Caldero Talk.
Caldero Talk.
And this is literally the part where we are going to give you the topic and we are going to dissect and discuss this topic and we're going to give you our feedback, our qualms, our questions, comments, concerns, de todo in this section.
On your abuela's floral china.
The one in the house that you can never touch.
Right.
But anyways, so we are talking on platonic friendships. Because one thing about platonic friendships, they have me fucked up recently. Because I just don't get it. I don't get it. So with that being said, platonic friendships, for those of you that don't know, it is essentially relationships between man and woman, male, woman. Most people think that men and women can't be friends. At least in the heterosexual world, that we can't be friends because there's always going to be like some type of feelings or something, and then someone's going to get jealous or whatever, what have you. I like to think I'm the exception to the rule on my end, because I'm not even going to hold you. I don't even think about, I feel like the term friend zone came about because a man just couldn't accept the fact that he was rejected. So instead of saying I was rejected, he was like, oh, she put me in the friend zone with hopes to maybe come out of it.
You're
I
rejected.
don't actively put people in a friend zone. I just think, oh, we'd be great friends. Like, you're a great friend to have. And it's not that, it's just not serious to me like that. But other people take it to heart or whatever, what have you. And that's not I'm not going to be held accountable for how you feel. Fuck that, when I didn't do anything. So fuck that. But anyways, platonic friendships, we're going to be speaking on that. So do you think that platonic friendships can be genuine?
I feel like friendship, yeah. I mean, it can definitely be genuine. I don't think that there needs to be any thought behind it. I always find it at first when I meet someone and they're like for instance, if it's a girl friends with all guys, at first I raise a brow and I'm like, what's going on here?
Right, which is so whack because a lot of the times when I'm speaking on something, I can attest to that because it's like, oh yeah, my boy this. Oh no. Oh, which one is that? Oh, this one. Oh, the other one. Yo, you got mad guy friends. That's just because I'm like my vibe is like a homie. Like that's literally what my vibe is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all my guy friends I've never hooked up with. Like they have literally,
and I don't get why it's so hard for them to not understand that.
Right,
like you don't have to hook up with someone to be just because they're the opposite sex or there's a sex that somebody knows you're interested in doesn't mean that they're.
Let me define hooked up. I didn't fuck them.
Right.
None of my guy friends have seen.
I definitely have been on the other side of that question where it's like I have all girlfriends. My best friends are girls. I'm always around females, period. But when they get with men, and there's one friend in particular who's like she's my sister. You know, I've known her since I was 16 and I love her to death. But sometimes the men that she gets with, you know, they have an issue with me coming around. And she puts a stop to it where it's like, well, that's my brother. So regardless of the issue, like he's going to be here. So you make a decision. And it's like, it's never, mind you, we've been friends forever. It's never been a line crossed or where it's like, I've tried to do something. Right. And also I'm gay. I've been gay since I was born. Like there's no time. So yeah, I've been on the other side of that. Can platonic friendships be genuine? Absolutely.
I absolutely agree.
I think that only people with a good mentality can understand that, and people who don't have mature people. Immature people are gonna find an issue with it, but they also find an issue with everything. So,
which brings us into issues. Can your man have or be friends with? I guess you would be. Obviously, you're gonna give the gay perspective, but can your man have other gay friends, other gay men?
So I've learned to work through that, through those complex issues that I used to have, because again, I used to be very narcissistic and super insecure, and I would have an issue. I would before have an issue if my partner was like only chilling with gays. So I don't only chill with gays. I chill with females. Do I wish I had more gay friends? Absolutely, but I only chill with females because the gays out here are sloppy. And then
sick.
So for me, like if I'm dating someone now and they're only chilling with gay, with gays and whatever, I'm like, it's cool. It is what it is until you give me a reason to not believe that it is cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Until you give me a sign or something, because I'm very observant. I am going to be observant of like, all right, like, okay, y'all, like we flirting, you know what I'm saying? But you doing a lot. You're doing a lot over there. Like you're doing a lot. It's kind of giving a lot. There's a respect factor that needs to happen there. What about you?
I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've also, I am, because I want to believe that there are other females out there that carry themselves the way I carry myself in platonic friendships. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't. But I do know that they're like...
But that's hard.
If my man was to tell me that, like, oh, he used to mess around with his best friend at some point.
And there we go. And There's that.
I've never had it happen. I'm not going to say that it's never going to happen. I don't think I'm prepared. So I would have to prepare myself mentally if that were to happen. Because thankfully the men that I've dated, they literally only have guy friends. Like that's just how they roll. They have like maybe one or two, and it's like a female cousin in the friend group. So it's never been like a thing that I've had to like raise an eyebrow at. If that does come about, like if Shorty's like, oh, that's my bestie, because even when I'm with my guy friends and their girlfriends, I'm not doing the most. Like I'm very lax, very like minding my own business. Like I'm not all up in the mix like that.
You understand the barriers, you understand the boundaries. Like I think that's important. I think that sometimes they get a little too comfortable though.
And I've never given them a reason to be insecure when I am around, which is why
that's important.
Bringing it back to Caldero Talk, when my boy's girl had some type of attitude.
Not Caldero Talk, Chisme.
Chisme, my bad. Bringing it back to El Chisme. I don't understand why she felt a type of way because he and I went to go grab a drink at halftime at the basketball game. She like had said to him, oh, that conversation could have waited, to which when he had told me that, I was like, when the fuck were we gonna have,
when she was around?
Right, when she was around. I'm not
narcissist.
My thing is like, girl, I'm not your friend, I'm their friend, I'm his friend. So I'm going to talk to them about the shit that we would talk to each other about. It's not a group setting conversation. If it was a group setting conversation, then we would have the conversation. I'm not going to sit there and pour out what I've been going through or catch you up on my life when you don't even know bare minimum shit about me. Aside from you only know bare minimum shit about me. My name and my Instagram. The barest of the minimums. Because my boys probably tell you things about me. Like, oh, and that's the shit, is that my boys brag about this friend Nina, like, oh shit, yo, nah, like my homegirl Nina this, or she does this. Like they're always putting people on to like the shit that I'm doing, which I'm super grateful for. Like they're always gassing up what I do and shit like that. So like they're like, oh, I want to meet this girl, and then they meet me and I'm like, hey, what's up? I don't give you a reason to feel a type of way. Now, if he's giving you a reason to feel a type of way, that's not a conversation he and I have ever had. So that's between the two of you. It ain't got shit to do with me. So I'm going to see my way out of it. My name is Paul, and that's between y'all. I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? So
I think to that point right there, like if I have an issue with my partner's friend, then I'm not going to go to my partner's friend and cause a commotion with them.
So that's
it has
not
nothing
what
to do with you. Right. You know what I'm saying?
My boy actually let me know, like, oh, she's upset. And I was like,
but even that right there, I find that to be messy.
Well, like, because I am mature, I didn't have an attitude with her. She didn't have an attitude with me, but her body language and her demeanor changed around me that night. Ugh. And it wasn't until I had a conversation with my boy that he ended up going back to her, and like it was through text, and he ended up showing her our text messages, like, look what she said. And I basically said, I was like, when were you and I gonna have a conversation when everything we do is in a group fucking setting? And if you and I were off to a side having a conversation, that would be rude given that we're in a group right now. So she understood, and she was like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. You know what? You're right. That was my bad. She owned up to it. She didn't come to me to own up to it, but my boy had relayed the message and let me know. And it was good after that. The energy, everything changed after that. It shifted right back to where it was at.
That's good.
So it was good.
But it didn't need to go through. You didn't need to go through that. That should not
have happened. Period. Again, I don't know the depth of their relationship. I don't know like what it is that their how their dynamic works from her end to his end. That's none of my business. You know, if he wants to vent to me, he can vent to me. That's my boy. I'm not gonna put his business out on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, girl, I could be cool with you, but like understand where my loyalty lies. Now, if he was doing some fuck shit, I would call him out on his fuck shit. But he genuinely wasn't doing anything. Like, we went to go get drinks, and then we went to go look for shit for her. So I was like, what is the issue? Or whatever. I was like, I promise you, I am not a threat, baby. I'm not. Like, I'm really not. I don't want him.
I don't have time for it.
I don't have time for that. We're friends. Like, I know how to be strictly friends with people, and I know how to respect their relationships. I can't say that for other females. I can only speak on myself. But anyways, with that being said, we're going to move into the next question, which is, how would you react being told by your partner that you needed to end a friendship if you wanted that relationship to continue?
Absolutely not. You can go.
I feel the same way.
You can go. Like, if I walked into a relationship with someone and they are, you know, and I introduce you to my friend and you're just like, you need to end that relationship, I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
You got to go.
You gotta go. You gotta go. Because when
your time is up.
When you fuck up and you're gone, they're the ones that have to pick the pieces up.
That part. Yeah, no, I'm very upfront with, because I talk a lot. If I'm like on a date or I'm dating someone, I talk a lot. If you ask me how my day is going, I'm going to tell you from start to finish. If there's a story, if there's something that reminds me of something and I'm going to tell a story, a lot of the times I caught myself being like, oh, when I was with my friend, this person, when I was with my friend, this person, when I was with my friend, this person. I'm like, yo, I'm talking to a whole man about a whole bunch of other men in my life, but they're all my friends. To which at one point I had to catch myself and be like, just so you know, I have like a good amount of guy friends. Like they keep it real with me. Like it is what it is. And like, I'll let them know, like I've never hooked up with them. Like they're strictly homies. And the men that I've dated are very secure with themselves. And they never bat an eye. They were just like, okay, cool. Left it at that. So I didn't feel like I didn't owe them an explanation. But once I realized what fucking generation we are in, I was like, man, I shouldn't even have to say nothing. But I'm going to say something. So I said something. And it didn't even need to be said because they didn't care, which is great. But they never make it to the point where they meet my friends. So we got to work on that
part.
We got to work on that part. Because my friends mean a fucking lot to me. So it's like, if I'm introducing you to my friends, like, you'd probably meet my family before you met my friends. No. You will meet my family before you met my friends. Because my friends mean just that much to me. Because, like, my family doesn't hear when I'm upset about something or when I'm, like, heartbroken. Yeah. My friends hear about it. So it's like, they're going to be looking at you with a side eye like, so this you? This what you been talking about? That's cute. But, yes, I would never, unless you came to me and told me that, like, one of my friends made an advance at you or you're noticing something that I might not be noticing. Like if my boy is looking at me a specific way and you pick up on it, but I'm not paying attention because I don't look at him like that. And you let me know, we can talk about it and work through that. But it's not enough for me to be like, oh, it's over. Now, if my boy were to make an advance at me, knowing that I'm with someone, then we have a fucking problem because I've only ever respected them in their relationships. So for them to try to be disrespectful in mine, now then that's when we're going to have a problem. Yeah. But if it's not like that, then, we good. If one of my friends ever made a pass at my man, which they never would because we don't have the same taste in men and we have respect for each other, then that would be the only time that I would be like, you got to go, bitch. You gotta go.
Bye.
It's time to go. Hit that instinct track real quick. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Wow, that's crazy that this was all written out before this happened. This is funny because now I can speak on it. Do you hang out with your significant other and their friends?
I prefer not to.
I learned that the hard way.
I had a relationship one time, my only relationship ever. And I ended up like living with them and like doing all of this and being around their friends and family. And that was my life for 5 years. And then when we broke up and I decided like I wanted to move on, I was left alone and they got to keep, their friends and family and stuff because I had literally dropped all of my friends to just be with that little group. And I had to start over again, which I didn't mind because I stay lone wolf. That's just how I roll. But like it did suck because it was like, yo, I'm going through a breakup. Like I don't have nobody to be like, yo, this is how I feel. This is that. So now I'm like, yeah, well, I'll come around. But I also like to give my partner their personal space. Right. And yo, go have a good time. Go do your thing. Right. Go just, chill with your people. Call me
so that I know that you got home safe. Eat job.
We don't got to do the whole like this is everywhere that I'm going. This is my boo. We don't got to do all that. Like
what is that? Like real quick, like those of you in relationships, like if you're like this, why do you feel the need to have to do every single fucking thing that your partner does? Because that's annoying. Like, damn, they can't just like go on a trip and do something without you.
And when I'm dating and we're we're talking, we're getting to know each other, that is something that I do bring up. And I'm just like, if we're ever out at the club and I want to go home or you want to go home and I don't want to go home, like how would you handle that? I asked that question. Ooh, okay. Because I want to know what it's like. I need to date
another introvert.
I want to know what it's like when when you're not in that good mood and you're just like, I want to go home. Because I'm like, honey, if I'm out living my life, babes, go home. Bye.
But then that's almost like, even though you're saying it with good intentions, it can be misconstrued and taken
Yeah,
elsewhere.
but that's why I'm bringing it up in the beginning so that
Right.
you know, like, this is how I roll. Like,
But it's always interesting to me, like, at certain things that you bring up in the beginning
that they
and
seem to
then
forget.
They seem to forget once you put some time in, and you're just kind of like, but we already.
Let me walk you
about
through the
this.
steps about how that conversation. I'm just
No, dead. Let's run it back really quick because I think you forgot that I was super open and transparent with you about this particular thing, and you like accepted it like it was a challenge. Nope. It wasn't up for interpretation. It wasn't up on the table to be
It's
accepted
very
as a challenge.
clear, the
it was
instructions.
very clear, cut, and concise what was gonna happen in this specific situation. That's why I asked you about that specific situation to see how you handle it. But a lot of people, that's why in the beginning I had said I've not been in this situation, so I really can't speak to it just yet. Just be honest like that. Just say like, oh, I've never had that happen, so no, I don't know how I would react in that situation. Yeah. Because then that's another conversation you can have. Well, if I don't want to run the risk of having to test the shit out, you just drive your own car. Like, meet me there. We're not about to find out and start an argument. Meet me there. You know what I'm saying? So I did hang out with my person's friends, and I was kind of like, I'll be okay if I never hang out with them again.
Also, yeah, like I don't want to feel the pressure of having to.
I don't want to play a role.
Yeah, like your friends. Like
I don't need to like your friends.
I'm very much like.
And I don't need your friends to like me. Yeah. You like me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a bitch. Like I'm gonna just be this dickhead and walk up in here act like I run shit. No, I have manners. I'm gonna be polite.
But I'm not gonna be somebody different because your friends are
like,
around.
Listen, I dated someone who had a group of friends and one girl was like super just like. Always a fucking Debbie Downer, like always just, and I didn't even like the way she spoke to her man. Like I was like, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like he's chilling with his boys. We're in a house. Like it's not that serious. And I just like, there were times where I looked at my man at the time. I was like, are you gonna say something or am I? Because they're just meeting me. I gotta go to sleep with you later. So like, I don't want there to be an argument here. Like I had to basically ask him for permission to say some slick shit to this bitch because I just could not with her anymore. And he was like, yo, babe, honestly, at this point, I can't stand that bitch either. So say what you gotta say. So that worked out in that
Two
instance.
ancient niggas.
Right. That worked out in that instance. But like, it got to a point where like, it started arguments between he and I because he's like, oh, babe, just don't say anything. Or I'm like, then don't fucking invite her. Then don't invite her because I'm going to fucking say something next time. Because all of his friends at one point, he had like a get together and yo, they left the craziest mess in his house. Spilt beer, wine, cans in the sink, crushed cans in the sink, food all over the counter and not in the fucking dish.
What, in the frat house?
No. And I fucking woke up the next morning and I had food in the fridge because I was going to prepare it for my meals, for my meal prep. To which I guess at 2:00 in the morning when I was asleep, his friends decided to make fucking nachos and they used the food that I had bought to cook for myself. So when I woke up the next morning and I saw that shit, I was like, oh, that's weird. You didn't have ground beef. Who made nachos?
That's
with
weird.
What?
That's interesting.
He was like, babe, what do you mean? And I walked him through and he goes, oh shit. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna go get you. So he like automatically knew I was about to be out, and I was like, "Yo, babe, it's not your fault. Like, this is a conversation that we." But
this is a good time to look at the type of friends that you carry.
And then the second time that he had to get together, I was like, "They are not leaving this fucking house until they clean up. If they're walking by the trash can,
that's a Latino thing.
That's a Latino thing." I'm not gonna hold you.
Cause you know we ain't leaving without doing some dishes, without cleaning a table.
The dishwasher. Like
I'll be on the same tip.
I'll take the broom really quick.
I'll be on the same tip. Like, you want me to help you put that away?
I'm not gonna hold y'all. His friends were this side of the hand. They were. The caucasity of the whole situation was crazy. And I learned that's just not a standard that group, I'm not going to say all, that group of people did not have. And it bothered me because every morning after a get together, he and I were the ones that were fucking cleaning up after their mess. And it wasn't even a mess that he and I were taking part in. And that shit pissed me off every time. And it would start arguments between he and I. And it got to the point where I was like, you fucking clean the kitchen because I'm not doing this shit. I would call my friends and drag their asses back to my house and be like, y'all want to have a get together here? Y'all got to clean this shit up. I'm not doing it. And I got to a point where he was like, oh, so-and-so wants to do this. That's fine. Go have fun with so-and-so.
Yeah, go do your thing, babes.
I'll see you when you get back, because I could no longer do it with his friend group. And that's how I knew I don't have to hang out with my significant other and their friends. It's okay if we don't. It's cute to like meet them that one time, like, oh, hey, hi, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You know, if it's somebody's birthday and my man is like, oh, babe, it's so-and-so's birthday. I want you to come with me. No, it's okay. I don't really know so-and-so like that. I don't need to go celebrate their life. I promise you I don't. Because then I have to bring a gift, and I don't want to bring him a gift.
Oh, no, I'll go, but I ain't bringing no fucking gift.
My presence is a present. Kiss my ass.
I'm showing up with a bottle.
Not that. That'll be it. That I'm going to drink.
Right, you know. One thing about me is I'm going to make sure I'm going to have a good time at the function.
Right. So I don't need to be friends with my significant other's friends. I can be cordial.
Yeah, definitely cordial.
I can be cordial. Because at the end of the day, if we're going through something, he's calling to them to talk to them. It's something about that. Obviously, you're going to go talk to your friends about what's going on in your relationship, you know, like people you trust. I don't want to have to sit there and have them know information about me. And it's just, I would rather not. I'm all set. Anything outside of like, unless you tell me that they're like family or something, even then I'm like, no, I don't need to get to know them. Again, I can be cordial. I will show up to events if you want me to go with you, but I don't need to go to every single one of them. I don't need to be attached to your hip.
Even long term.
Long term, okay. Now it's like, all right, well, we've been in this for a while. It's kind of expected that, you know, I'm going to show up to these things. Like if it's like a baby shower, I'll be there. An engagement party, I'll be there. Christmas, might think twice. You know? If it's like a just because get together, I might think twice. A birthday, I'll probably go. But if it's just like a Saturday night and y'all want to get together, no, babe, that's okay. Have fun. Have fun. You know? Don't hit me with the, oh, babe, I know we have plans, but so-and-so's doing something. You want to stop by after? No. Drop me off at home. You can go after. And it sounds super harsh. It sounds very passive aggressive, but like, I really genuinely don't, because you can hang out with your friends.
But I feel like, you know, if it's long term, your partner should know you.
No, exactly.
And they should understand, like, you know, I'm not going to ask you. I'm just going to tell you, like, okay, when we finish our date, I think I'm going to head over to this get together.
Yeah, that's fine.
So therefore, you don't get that response of, oh, it's passive aggressive. No, because if you approach it in a way where it's like, I'm not asking you to come, I'm letting you know that I'm going.
Yeah. Which is fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless we had plans after. If you plan the whole evening and then you cut something short to go to that thing.
That is a problem.
Then I'll have an attitude. That's when it'll be a problem. I don't want to go. That's fine. You can go. But now you're cutting into our time because you want to go do some mediocre shit. Like, and that's fine. You can do mediocre shit. But let me know ahead of time. Don't tell me while we're at dinner, oh, so-and-so let me know that, you know, they're getting it together at the house. I think I want to go after. What the fuck? But we had plans for dinner and a movie. And now we can't go to the movie because you want to go do that.
Right.
That's when it will be like an issue. But if you're like, oh, babe, so-and-so's having something. Oh, that's fine. Then we could just do dinner. We can catch a movie tomorrow. Boom. Done.
Adios.
You know, like I don't think I need to be. Yeah, like I don't even foresee myself going out to brunch with like my man's sister. I don't see myself doing any of that. I don't care.
I don't know. But I've only, like I said, I've only been in one relationship. I've only met one family. And I was a way different person than 15 years ago. So
now that I think about it, I don't think I've dated anybody that has sisters. They have brothers. And if they had sisters, their sisters were like well into like their 40s, 50s. Like they were like older.
Oh, honey.
Yeah. So
misses.
Like their nieces and nephews were like 16, 17 years old type shit. So I didn't really have to like, yeah. I've never had to deal with like a sister being like, oh, so this is her. Yeah, nah. Because I would react a certain way to that.
No, I would be like, yeah, so is that you?
I'll be like, also this is her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think platonic friendships can work. They absolutely work. And the reason why I even wanted to bring this shit up was because listen to this bullshit. This kind of ties into El Chisme, but we're going to bring it here because it's part of the conversation. So I had a friend that had let me know that we were talking about dating apps. We're like cracking up about it. He had gone on a couple shitty dates. We're laughing about it, whatever, what have you. And one day we're just bullshitting, we're talking, and he's letting me know like, oh yeah, nah, like I do have this crush on this girl, but like I think I'm just gonna admire her from a distance. and whatever, what have you, but I have a date with this other girl. I was like, oh, that's what's up. My female intuition was like, ask him who the girl is. And then the other half of me was like, nah, matter of fact, don't ask who the girl is, because bitch, you know it's you. Bitch, you know it's you. Don't ask.
It's you?
It's me.
Yeah.
So, and
is
then
this
he was
recent?
like, he was like super adamant about being like, oh, and don't ask who it is, because I'm not going to tell you. I'm like, we don't even
Girl, I'm gagging in my mind. I know what's going on.
I feel like you think you know, but you don't. It's not who you think it is.
No, I know exactly who it is.
No, it's not who you think it is.
Is it someone I know?
No. That's why I know.
Are you sure?
I'm positive you don't know who it is.
Okay.
I know who you think
I know
it
who
is.
you think that I think that it is,
Yeah.
but it's not.
So, that's still up for debate. But anyways, so we one day we're on FaceTime and I was like, yo, bro, why do I feel like we have like a FaceTime pen pal friendship? Like, what is that? Like, what are you doing tonight? And he was like, oh, I'm not doing shit. So, yo, bro, let's go out for drinks. So, mind you, mi gente, if I'm into you, I'm not calling you bro, bruh, my dude, son. I ain't calling you none of that. That's babe.
Bruh, my dude, son.
No, I'm not calling. None of that's coming out of my mouth. You is babe, or I'm calling you by your name if I like you.
Okay, Montero.
Yeah. Stupid. So we go out for drinks and we're sitting there, we're talking, and then we were talking about, he was telling me about like the dating app, whatever, what have you. So we're cracking up, whatever. And I was like, he was like, yeah, nah, like I still have that crush or whatever. But he was like, don't ask me who it is. I was like, bro, then why the fuck do you keep bringing it up? Because dime. And I was like, you know what? I just want to clear the air real quick. It's not me, right? And he was like, no. In my mind, I was like, with your lying ass. Didn't press it, didn't question it, left it at that. I'm going to take your word for it because there's no reason for you to lie to me. So we're talking. So as we're talking about like the dating apps or whatever, I was like, yo, like, what is it that when you're on these dating apps, like, what do you, like, from a male's perspective, like, what are you looking for on these apps? Yo, this man got nervous. And I said, not me making you nervous. Why are you nervous? It's me, bro. And he was like, I don't know. You just make me nervous. And I was like, yeah, I'm the crush. I'm the crush. Fuck, man. Like, damn, bro. I just thought you was cool as shit. Like, I don't want, whatever. So the next day, he calls me and he was like, oh, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm about to head out because I got to go record my podcast or whatever. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, just like out of curiosity, when do you think you're going to be done? And I was like, maybe like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And he was like, all right, just give me a call after. That's something I want to talk to you about. And I was like, what the fuck do you need to talk to me about? Because now, me as an overthinker, everything is going through my mind. Like, what is it? And he was like, yo, chill. I know you're an overthinker. So, like, chill's not that serious. I'm like, if it wasn't that serious, it didn't need to be said. And if it's not that serious, you could say it right now. So, what is it? He was like, no. I was like, all right, we're not going to get anywhere with this. So, okay. So, I call him after, and I was like, what is it? And he was like, damn, that's what you called me for? Yeah, because you asked. I'm following directions. I was following your directions to call you when I was done. I'm done. What is it? And he was like, I lied to you. And I was like, I'm the crush. He was like, Miz was like, yo, can you let me finish though? And I'm like, yeah, you can finish after you answer me. I'm the crush? Yes. So like, where do we go from there? Where do you go after your boy tells you that they got a crush on you? Like, it's like, well, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it because I don't feel the same way. Like, I'm not gonna force something that isn't there. Like, I'm all set, bro. But whatever. So we ended up talking about something else, and I asked him about some girl that he had like been talking to, and I'm like,
but okay,
go ahead.
It's just like, how do you continue with a conversation after somebody told you they're not interested in you?
Right. So
I would have been like,
I gotta go.
I'm gonna call you in a week.
Wax my turtle. It's time to go.
I'm gonna go rip my heart out. Bye.
Right. So I was just like, okay, because he like kept talking. So I'm like, oh, okay, so he's cool with this. So we continue conversation. And like, yo, I'm telling y'all, 30 minutes into the conversation, this man was like, yo, I'm gonna just talk to you later. I was like, bro, what the fuck just happened? We were both just laughing about something. And he copped the ill attitude and then just like hung up. I haven't heard from that man in like 3 weeks. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to force something that's not there. I do know how to have platonic friendships. So that was an instance where it wasn't mutually platonic. it was platonic on my end and it wasn't on his end, and I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I don't know if I hurt his feelings, but the thing that sucks is that like it would suck for him, because if you like me for me, I'm not gonna stop being who I am. So it's just gonna be harder for you if you don't get a handle on that. You know what I'm saying? So like out of respect, I'm not gonna force myself to be like, oh hey, how are you? Like, you know, have it be regular, knowing that you got this crush on me, based off of just you getting to know me. I'm not gonna change. Like I'm doing you a favor and not reaching out, honestly, right? Because what am I supposed to do? Like, let's wait for the dust to settle. I don't know. But we'll talk about the other one.
It got a little awkward.
It's a little bit. Just a little bit. But I do wholeheartedly stand by platonic friendships. I think that if more men had female friends that weren't toxic, that were very mature, it would save them in their relationships. They would operate better. And if more women had male friends, then they know when to stop with the fuck shit. You know how many times my male friends have been like, yo, Nina, move on, cut it out, let it go, sis. Do I listen? Not all the time, but like it's nice to know that they gave me their advice. It's nice to know they're there. But anyways, we are gonna wrap up this Caldero Talk, and we are going to head straight into
A Reposar. Welcome back. Yes, this is Reposar, the part of the show where we leave you guys with some positivity. Any announcements? I actually have an announcement today. I'm excited.
He reminded himself. I was supposed to remind him that he had
I'm like, announcements. Oop, light bulb went off.
Announcements.
Do you want to start off with any positivity, any quotes?
All right, mi gente. So y'all know that I'm on this little faith journey or whatever. It's not really little, but it's one of those things where like it's challenging because the enemy sucks and he knows that he sucks. So obviously when you declare that you're going to get closer to God, he's going to throw everything in your path to make sure that that doesn't happen. He's going to try to deter you from doing that. So he's going to try to tempt you. I had read a passage in my devotional notebook that was like, put on the armor of God. And just every day when you wake up and you say your prayer, just make sure you're suiting yourself up to be out in the real world, because you are going to be tempted. And it's going to get hard. So knowing that, make sure that when you say your prayer, you ask to put on the armor of God, so that way you can face the day, and it feel a little less fearful, when you're faced with temptations in whatever it is that it might be. I'm still working on swearing a little less, but God's still working on me. So like, yeah,
God's still working on me.
Yep. So that's an update on where I'm at with that. So yep.
I'm going to say something that I've been telling myself a lot lately is fall back. Fall back. Keep to yourself. Let them miss you. I posted something like that today. Like, let them miss you. Fall back. Your energy is not for everybody. And if you feel like it's not being respected and appreciated, then fall back. Like, I'm not here to make you believe in me. I'm not here to make you see me. I know that wherever I go, I shine. So I don't have to ever force it.
That part.
Announcements. Yay, I'm so excited. So I wanted to announce that Movement City is having their showcase next Friday. It starts at 6 o'clock at the YWCA here in Lawrence. It is free entry, I believe. It's a red carpet event, so come through. I have all my dancers performing. I have over, I want to say 30 dancers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really, really big deal. I have my little professional dance group premiering themselves as well. So I'm super excited. It's going to look so good. If you're in Lawrence and you want something to do next Friday, come support the youth. Movement City Showcase at the YWCA. And yeah, that's episode number 2 of season 5. My name is Rosales and I'm blasting off.
And I'm Nina Montañez. Stay blessed, mi gente.
Oh,
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Sofrito Speaks.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at SofritoSpeaks to keep up with all of our latest content.